I'm of the view that I think the government is considering, or from what I heard, the government is considering forcing the chairman to resign. I think the government is abandoning him, which is why he is in the media trying to repair his own image, trying to express his regret for what had happened, especially in regard to indelible ink. From what I heard, I think the government was prepared to abandon him. The rally acts as a public pressure, a channel for public pressure, and if enough people turns up, the government will have to respond. The government knows that it has no public, it doesn't have enough public support. Any of such public rally is a problem for the government. The government is afraid of a show of force by the people because it knows that its legitimacy is not secure. So, from what I hear, the government is ready to let Tan Sri Aziz go. But for us, this is not enough. Okay, for Pakatan to have the chairman resigning is not enough. We want the deputy chairman in particular to go. We want the 5 commissioners to take responsibility, and we would like the new election commission being chosen by the supposed parliamentary committee, supposed bipartisan parliamentary committee, being nominated by them, by that committee. The committee nominates the candidates acceptable to both sides and present the names to the king for their appointment. We think that should be the way. Election commission, like the speakers of parliament, are important institutions. Fairness is everything. Fairness is everything, and there is a need for bipartisan consensus. We can always find people who are non-biased, people who are acceptable to both sides, people who do not have a history of being partisan. I think we should have those people sitting on the new election commission with a bipartisan parliamentary committee monitoring their work. Apart from holding rally, of course, at this moment it depends on the attitudes of the government. The right wing is extremely strong in UMNO, and the Prime Minister is not decisive. But at some point, the government should know, or UMNO should know that it cannot continue this way. It is not winning more friends and more voters. They are losing support by day, and they should know that lessons should be learned from this election. It is no longer a strong party; it is a paper tiger, and it should learn its lesson. I think only with both sides having some consensus over what to do to the system, over what sort of democratization agenda to implement, then we'll see fast track of reform. Without a clear framework, without a clear reform agenda on the part of the Prime Minister, I guess we have to continue the fight, whether through demonstration, through rally, or through parliament, as well as through the next ballot box. Next ballot box available, next by-election or next election available, for example, the Sarawak election. We have to continue that fight. I think people are getting. I mean, these are not necessarily the case. It depends on what are the issues, whether people feel that the issues are relevant, whether they are committed, and whether the overall circumstances encourage them to do so. For example, I think all the birthday rallies eventually attracted hundreds of thousands of people. But initially, with all the police roadblocks and all this, it looks like no one was going to take part. But it ended up people coming to support. And I think people know that because we have a flawed system, therefore we have other problems. We have problems like high crime rate. We have problems like very unequal economic system. All this you can attribute to a very biased electoral system.